I figured I'd wear a special shirt for today since we're talking about the American dream. Multi-zone audio. Let's go. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Detached Garage. Today is the day we are talking about the American dream. I wore my America shirt just for it. Just joking around, but in all seriousness, I am so excited to talk to you guys about an episode that you guys voted for. We put it out there. What do you want to see? Multi-zone audio, DIY garage lighting, or mounting and blocking of heavy appliances on the walls. And you guys voted for this one first. You're still going to get the other two. Those will be up in another episode. But today we are talking about multi-zone audio. It's going to be a tricky one to film. We're at the end of June. It's kind of hot and sticky out here in Wisconsin. But we will get it taken care of. Let's jump right into the vision, what I wanted to do, and then we'll talk through the components and pieces that go together to make your multi-zone audio system happen. And you can do this whether it's in a garage or in a house. Let's get to it. All right, guys, so welcome to a hot and humid day. You can see it just rained in Wisconsin. I want to show you the setup for the multi-zone audio. We talked about multi-zone in another episode, and you can see the speaker install up here. So today we're going to talk about the 3 zones. We're going to get you that overview, and then we're going to show you the equipment and how we set it up and some tips and tricks to installing it yourself, because this is very DIY friendly. So we've got 3 zones we're talking about. We've got the main garage here. We've got the wash bay over here, and we've got the patio area through those doors out the back there. The goal is that all of these zones can be playing different audio all at the same time. So you could be playing the football game on this one, the hockey game on this one, and Formula One out here, or music, different music, and Formula One. And the additional thing is all of these can have different inputs as well. So we're going to have a workout area right kind of over here on the there'll be a TV mounted to the wall, and so we're going to do an optical out from that TV up to the Wiim Pro Plus. So let's go through and show you the speaker locations, kind of why I was thinking what I was thinking when we did this. And pardon the mess, we are mid-siding, and when it's raining, they need a dry place to cut. And what better place than a garage? So speaker locations. So we mounted the speakers up here onto the ceiling. We've got 4 in this bay, so 2 there and 2 over here. We still have to tidy the wires up a little bit. And then over here in the wash bay, we also have 2 speakers. So we've got one on the wall here and one on the wall here. So the whole goal for this was, if I'm just washing the car in the wash bay over here, to be able to just turn these 2 speakers on, have some good quality audio, nothing overpowering, and just enjoy and wash the car. Obviously, these 2 would be louder than the pressure washer. Then, if you really want to get the place rocking, or if you're not in the wash bay over here, you want to just work in the big garage area where the lift is going to be, where the cabinet array is going to be, and you can work over here with some music. So with these 6 speakers, the nice thing about the multi-zone audio is you can bind and combine them together so that the entire garage is playing the same thing. Now, when the TV gets mounted up here, and this will be the workout area, we're going to have like a weight rack that folds against the wall. What we can do is then for this zone, we can either pump the music that's coming, or the sound that's coming from this TV over to this zone, or combine the 2 together and then listen to something completely different outside in the patio. And speaking of the patio, let's take a walk out there. See a little bit more progress of the cedar going up, but this will have the TV out here. We're going to do some similar weatherproof speakers out here, kind of mounted up high, and probably get a sub over here. So we can always add more speakers to this area. It doesn't really matter. I will show you how we can do that once we get into the equipment. But the nice thing is you can be watching the game in here. You could pump this sound into the garage, and so all 3 zones are playing the same thing. You could also just have the sound going in the garage and not necessarily on this other TV that's going to be right over here. You could have something different playing on that TV. So multi-zone audio, and that's why I joke about it, is the American dream. In all seriousness, it is just going to be nice to be able to mix and match sound and video and everything very easily and very DIY friendly. So let's get upstairs to the media rack and show you the components. All right, so let's get upstairs and head over to the media rack. So today's episode is sponsored by Wiim. We are using 3 of the Wiim Pro Pluses, 1 for every zone of audio. Now, it's a little dark back here, so I've got my headlamp on. I'm going to do my best. I apologize for the video quality, but this is my media rack. So we've got the Ubiquiti PoE switch. We've got the 24 PoE Pro. It has PoE++ and PoE+. This should work awesome for all of our needs. We still have to run that cable from the house here, and it's got 2 SFP Plus ports, so it's got 10 gig capability. So we're gonna run fiber from the house, 2 of them, to plug into here. So then we have the Triad multi-zone amplifier, 125 watts per channel. This is a 4-zone 8-channel amplifier. We can always upgrade this to a 8-zone 16-channel amplifier. Not a big deal, but these are the Wiim Pro Pluses. I have them slid all the way back right now to get them as close as possible on the rack to the Wi-Fi signal, which is coming from the house, since we don't have internet out here right now. But once we do have internet, we will take a hard line from the switch and plug it into the back of the Wiim Pro Plus. So this is great. The front looks awesome. We've still got some other cables coming through that will go into the PoE switch. We got a little tidying up to do, but let's go around to the back side so I can show you what's really going on with these products. All right, on the back side of the media rack here, you have your 2 Wiim Pro Pluses. We've got our amplifier, and then we have the PoE switch. So the Wiim Pro Plus is pretty versatile. It is powered by a USB-C port, so you've got your 2 USB-C inputs here. I've got everything running into this watt box down here, and then I do have, if you look over here, I've got 2 dedicated 20 amp outlets, which should be plenty of power, even with upgrades in the future, to power this entire media rack without any issues of running low on amperage. The Wiim has a number of different options for this. So you've got your line out, which is 2 RCA cables, and on your amp, you can see the zone inputs here. So the 4-zone amplifier. I am combining and bridging the different zones together. So here is where your outputs are for the speakers, and I've got 14 gauge running in here. They all run into these little things, and then you plug these into the amp itself. So I have this empty bay number 2 right here, which this will go into in the future, and that will be for the patio. So the Wiim has multiple inputs as well. So you can do, your RCA in, you can do your optical in, optical out. You can do you have your subwoofer out, you have your 12-volt trigger out. You also have your mic, and then obviously you have your internet as well. And so these are streaming devices. So they pair with Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, a number of different things, and I'll show you that in the amp later. But right now I am running everything through the internet and streaming music over Wi-Fi to these to distribute it to the speakers down below. So these are super simple to use. Let's go through the routing of everything right now. So power in from the USB plugged in to your power source. These do need to be by a power source. All right. Then you send in. You can send audio, whether it's through the inputs like these inputs here, or the optical input, or Wi-Fi or wired internet. Send the audio through here. This distributes it through the audio out, whether that is the RCA out or the optical out or the sub out, and then goes to the amplifier itself. So now this amplifier is, again, 4-zone. We can always upgrade if we need to. But right now I have 4-zone, and I have the zone 1 and zone 3 as the main garage. So over here, it is this top input, or I'm sorry, this top output and this bottom output. These are the main garage. And then this is the wash bay over here. And this will be for the outside patio over here. So you can see this switch I have is bridged. So we are running zone 1 and zone 3 will be the same no matter what. It will get the same audio coming through this input. Now, with one input into the amp, again, you can run multiple different things into the Wiim, which will send different signals over the signal. So whether it's Spotify, Tidal, you get the optical input from the TV, or you get the RCA input from the TV. You can push that through the Wiim, send it to the amp, and send it to your speakers and distribute it all. There's no switching done with the amp. You just need to make sure your zones line up. So let's get out of this dark closet up here. Let's go downstairs and let's show you the Wiim Home app and how we can send different music to different zones in the garage or your home for your application. So a little bit different setup. I got another camera recording because I usually record on my phone, but I'm recording the screen on my phone so you guys can see me working through the app. So once you get your Wiim Pro Plus, you install it like we just talked about. Super easy QR code to get it set up. You essentially plug it in, power it on, and then you go to your Wiim Home app, and then you search for devices and you add devices. Now, I only have 2 on here right now because we don't have the patio set up. We'll be installing that 3rd one, and I'll definitely do a video on that. But you hit this button down here and you can go from devices to browse, to search your music, to settings, everything like that. And so once you plug in your Wiim Pro Plus or your Wiim amp or whatever Wiim streaming device you have, then you plug it in, connect it to the internet, and it looks for firmware updates. It updates to the latest firmware, and then you are good to go. Get it all wired up, plug in your audio inputs and your outputs, but right now we are in the wash bay area of the garage. And so you can see I have 2 zones set up. I have the main garage and I have the wash bay on the garage. So let's get the wash bay playing first. So what you do is you hit, so I'm going to go into search here, but you're going to hit your devices. You're going to select the device you want to select, and then you are going to go to browse. Now, here is where all the inputs are that you can do. So you can do Spotify, you can do Pandora, Tidal, iHeartRadio, and the source input that we're using right now is Wi-Fi. So my phone needs to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network that the Wiim is connected to. So make sure you have that. So what I'm going to do is go into My Music. These are all the songs on my phone. And then I'm going to go to playlists. I created a special playlist just for this, and royalty-free music, so you guys can actually hear it and listen to it. So I am going to do this music here. We'll click it, and it should start playing through the wash bay. So hopefully you can hear that playing through the wash bay. If you can't, I will turn it up. So you have volume control specifically for this zone. Turn it down. And so now we have this playing on this section of the garage. So let me turn this down, and I'm going to walk to the main garage, and I'm going to show you how to get something else playing in the main garage. So I'm going to hit the down arrow here. We are going to go back to devices, and you can hear over here, you can't really hear what's going on in the wash bay where you guys are at. So let's go to the main garage, and we will hit enter into there. This is the exact same thing that's playing on the other one. So I'm going to go down. I'm going to go to browse, back to my music, my playlists, find the playlist I want. In this other royalty-free music, so you guys can listen to it without copyright issues, I will select that, and we will play that in the main garage. So this is now playing in the main garage. And you can now hit the down, or we'll turn this down slightly, so it's not too overpowering. And you can hear this playing over here. So we'll turn that down, and then we'll come back to the wash bay over here. So I'll hit the down arrow, we'll go back to our devices, we'll hit the wash bay, and then we will turn this up over here. And you can see that main garage is still playing the different song and different input. So if you had a football game or Formula One playing and you wanted to play it in one zone versus the other, but here's the very cool thing. There is this link setting, and I will try and get this on the camera here. So you hit the link, the chain link up here, and now you can go and you can link the two together. So now, please wait. Now we are playing the exact same thing in each section of the garage. It is this heavy guitar riff, and now you can raise all volume together. So now I'm gonna walk over to this side, and you should not hear any difference between the two except for maybe some volume, since we have 4 speakers over here and only 2 on the other side. So let me turn this down. And now you can also individually control each volume. So if you said, wow, there's 4 speakers over there and there's only 2 over here, I want the wash bay to be a little bit louder. So now the wash bay is a little bit louder, but it's still softer over there. But now when I move the group volume up, they all go up. And turn them back down. And so that is how you do multi-zone audio with the Wiim Pro Plus and other Wiim streaming devices. So I hope that tutorial was fairly easy for you guys to see the differences and the amazing control you have with the Wiim app. In the Wiim app, again, if you want to add another zone, it is extremely easy. You just go up to this top corner up here that says Add Devices, and it searches for your devices. There's no new devices to search for, so this is just going to keep spinning on my phone. But your inputs are super easy. Select the zone you want on your app, go to that device, and then you can link it together. So the same thing is playing on all your zones, only 2 of your zones. There's also presets you can do. And then you select what input you want, whether it's Pandora or through the internet like we're doing, my songs on the phone. And then this source down below, you can also change that as well. So if you do want to stream on that device, like we're doing with Wi-Fi, boom, hit that, that's fine. Then if you want to change that to, oh, I want the TV in, whether it's the RCA in, then you can hit those buttons and that will be your input. There's a number of different features you can do. This is such a versatile and easy to use system. So I hope you enjoyed that. If there's any questions, I know this is a very technical video, please put them down in the comments below. When we do the outside patio zone, I will do another video on setting that up completely. Again, if you have any questions, put them down in the comments below. Thank you so much to Wiim for sponsoring this episode, and thank you so much for watching Detached Garage. We'll catch you in the next episode.